3-4 defense of the Jets again today, Bob. Can Webster dominate Abdul Salam?
Well, the Steelers have made a habit of annihilating the Bengals the last few years. But today, once again, he takes on a nose man. The Jets play a 34 defense, and Webster is probably at his best handling a nose man. Great quickness. He's a short kind of fellow, very stocky, excellent strength. And the Jets play this defense a little different than anybody else, and that the nose man plays about 1.5 yards off the ball. The secret to the Steelers running the ball today is very simply Webster handling Salam.
Bob Trumpy played tight end for the Cincinnati Bengals for 10 years in this league. He knows a great deal about tight ends, and I know you're in love with one in particular in this ballgame.
Absolutely. For the Pittsburgh Steelers, number 89, a first-round draft choice in 1976, Benny Cunningham. They ought to call him Bionic. They have just really scratched the surface of this young man's talent. Pittsburgh, for the first time, has a receiver at tight end that they can go to and go to consistently. He is something else to try to bring down once he gets going.
Well, he won the big ball game in overtime against the Cleveland Browns last Sunday at Three Rivers on a 37-yard flea flicker from Bradshaw, and we'll be back to preview more of the Steelers and Jets in just a moment. Back at Shea Stadium, you're looking at Steeler quarterback Terry Bradshaw. He has not had a great deal of success against the Jets, Bob, particularly last year when I think he was intercepted 3 times.
Yeah, but I'll tell you one thing, Sam. Terry Bradshaw is off to one of his best starts ever as a quarterback. He's somewhat, I don't know, he's kind of prone to injury. He always comes up with a little injury. But this year, so far, he has thrown the ball very well. And the Steelers are not throwing the ball, I don't think, down the field as much as they used to. And therefore, he comes up with a better pass reception percentage.
You had a brief look at Joe Klecko, who has 5 sacks for the New York Jets already this season. He was a nose guard at Temple. I remember seeing him a couple of times, and an outstanding athlete, but they have found that moving him outside the defensive end, he's more effective.
He's also an accredited mechanic. So, I mean, if he can't play football, he's certainly got something to do. There's Walt Michaels you saw on the sideline. A defensive-minded coach, played linebacker for a lot of years. Now he's got to suffer with no defense whatsoever with the New York Jets.
Well, that's our pregame look at the Pittsburgh Steelers and New York Jets. The executive producer of NFL 78 is Don Ohlmeyer. Today's show was produced by Don McGuire and directed by Bob Levy. Technical director Sal Nagita, the associate director Jim Robertson. Coming up next on NBC, the Pittsburgh Steelers and New York Jets.
Also,
apprehensive.
Good word.
As it were. Harper, incidentally, led the AFC in all-purpose yardage last year. Of course, he got the bulk of it on the special teams as the punt and kickoff return man for the New York Jets. He wears number 42. Roy Jarrell set to go. Nice to have you with us here on NBC. 60,000 at Shea Stadium. Jarrella's kick is high and deep. Harper will field it at the 3, to the 10, the 20. To almost the 25-yard line. He's down there. Making the stop is Sid Thornton, number 38. There's the offensive backfield of the Jets as they go to work. Matt Robinson, the quarterback, Scott Durkin, and Kevin Long are the running backs. And the receivers, Wesley Walker, Gaffney at the other wide receiver, and Jerome Barkham, the tight end. One setback, slot left. Long is the only setback behind Matt Robinson. He gets the ball. And he's hit by Banaszak at the top. Gain of maybe a yard on the play for the Jets. Mel Blount, the cornerback on the right side. You know him well, don't you, Trump?
Oh, yes, I do. I certainly do. There's the Jets offensive line. Chris Ward and Marvin Powell, 2 first-round draft choices in the last 3 years. They call them the bookends. Randy Rasmussen. He's the only guy left on the Jets that played in the Super Bowl in 1969, going into his 13th season.
And a real animal, number 66, the offensive captain of the Jets. Second down. And the give to Durkin, almost to the 30-yard line. Scott Durkin, number 25, the ball carrier. Stopped there by Lambert, 58, Robin Cole, 56. The defensive line of the Steelers familiar, obviously. Greenwood and White at the ends, Banaszak and Greene at the tackles. Steve Furness could play today, but probably won't. Ham is not in there. They have replaced him with Robin Cole, 56 on the left side, Lambert, 58 in the middle, Taves on the right, 51. Ham could play if possible.
Yeah, but he probably won't. The Steelers have 5 defensive backs in there. We'll talk about their defensive backs a little more in a minute.
Third down. About 6. Robinson's first pass of the day. Throws the home run ball to Wesley Walker, and he overthrew him at the 20-yard line. Walker had the secondary of the Steelers beaten badly, but the ball was way overthrown.
Sam, we're going to see that a lot today. The Jets throw the ball deep a great deal of the time. They don't care who's at quarterback, and Wesley Walker, who has amazing speed, can outrun just about any zone. That's just a little bit overthrown, and we'd have had a score.
Chuck Ramsey back to kick to Randy Rudershan in single safety. Ramsey at about his 15, 4th down. Short kick, Rudershan on the fly. At the 40, avoids one tackle to the 45 and swings outside. Still on his feet to midfield, and Rudershan, who had a number change for this ball game. If you're watching back in Pittsburgh, Randy has been number 40. He has changed to number 87. He gives the Steelers excellent field position. When we come back, it's scoreless at Shea Stadium. There you see the offensive backfield of the Steelers. Bradshaw quarterback, Blyer and Harris the setbacks from the 50-yard line. 1st down, Pittsburgh. And the pitch to Franco. Inside the 50 to about the 47. Stopped there by Abdul Salam, number 74, and we spotlighted him at the beginning of our program.
There's Franco Harris. He is the guts of the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. He may carry the ball 10 times a ball game. He may carry it 40 times a ball game. And they're probably the 3 most gifted receivers in professional football on one team: Cunningham, Swann, and Stallworth. All 3 are excellent.
So far, you've had nothing but praise for the Steelers, Trumpy.
Well, I'm not playing them. I'm watching them.
2nd down, 7. Pro set backfield. Blyer for the 1st down inside the 40 to almost the 39-yard line. And that may be the confrontation we previewed. Abdul Salam, the nose guard of the Jets. Mike Webster, the all-pro center of the Steelers. And Webster wiped him out on that one.
Sam, I can tell you one thing. As you look at the offensive line of the Pittsburgh Steelers, there's one gentleman in there, Larry Brown, number 79, who made the supreme sacrifice as a football player, moved from tight end to offensive line. But let me tell you about this offensive line. This is not a finesse offensive line. They go toe-to-toe with you no matter who you are, and they beat you just with physical strength.
1st down from the Jets' 40-yard line. Stallworth split wide to the left. Swann is in the slot left. They split Cunningham, the tight end, and give to Franco. Good lead block by Davis inside the 35 to the 32-yard line. Lawrence Pillars, number 76, is the man who made the stop on the Steelers, giving the Jets a little different offensive look today.
Well, yes, but they're doing about the same thing that they always do as you look at the defensive line. Those 3 guys, they've got their work cut out for them today. And the linebackers, a replacement for Greg Buttle is Larry Keller. Buttle is out with the bruised ribs. He probably won't see any action today. Those guys are going to be busy too, those defensive backs.
Buttle, the former Penn State All-American, he'll be missed on the defense as badly as Richard Todd will be missed on the offense. Tight slot formation. Pitch Franco near side. Inside the 30, gets the 1st down as he dives to the 26, and Joe Klecko, number 73, is the man who makes the stop, but the Steelers moving the ball right down the field.
Okay, as a player and having played against the Pittsburgh Steelers for so many years, I can tell you the frustration of the New York Jets already starts to show. Pittsburgh just drives it down your throat time after time after time, and you can't stop them. You don't know how to stop them, and all of a sudden you start going to the fancy stuff, and then you really get beat.
From the Jets' 27, they split Stallworth wide left and Swann to the right. The pro set backfield. This is Blyer. Inside a Franco block, but a good defensive play by Lawrence Pillars, 76, who held him up and waited for help, and he finally got it. Blyer inside the 25. May have gained 2 or 3 on the carry.
If it hadn't been for Pillars, I think he'd have scored, Sam. Once again, Franco Harris and Rocky Blyer complement each other very good. You see Franco there to the right of your screen making a good block. And if it weren't for Pillars' desperation tackle, no telling where he would have stopped.
Sammy Davis with a lead block.
They just wear you down, Sam. This Pittsburgh Steeler offense does.
2nd down, 6. Ken Schroy in for Burgess Owens at the free safety. Bradshaw's first pass of the day. Catch by Swann at the far side, knocked out of bounds immediately by the rookie quarterback Bobby Jackson out of Florida State. And that may be close enough to a 1st down.
Now, this is something we'll see a lot of today. Because of the youth and inexperience of the Jets defensive backs, they're going to play off these receivers an awful long way. I think Bradshaw can just about at will throw that pass all day long. The only way the Jets are going to do anything good is to blitz Bradshaw, try to disrupt the Steelers.
Third down, less than a yard. Double tight end situation for the Steelers. Ball spotted at the New York 17-yard line. One setback. Franco gets the ball, has the first down as he barrels his way inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line. Again, it's Lawrence Pillars, and the Steelers have been unobstructed in their march from midfield.
Excellent point.
This telecast is presented by the authority of the National Football League, and it is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the New York Jets and the National Football League is prohibited. An interesting stat: second in the AFC in offense, first in defense, undefeated so far in 78. Not a bad football club. Blyer diving to about the 11-yard line. John Hennessy, second-year man from Michigan, at his ankles, number 63.
Once again, the Steelers do nothing fantastic. They do nothing extraordinary. They just go toe-to-toe with you. No Marcus of Queensberry rules. It's just they keep pounding at you, they keep pounding at you, and they wear the defense down, especially a 34 defense with Webster anchoring that Pittsburgh offensive line. Long day.
Blyer with a little additional incentive today. His wife Alita and daughter Samantha here at Shea Stadium watching the proceedings. Both receivers split left. Swann in the slot. Second down. Looking for one receiver. He's got him. Touchdown to Swann. Bradshaw looked to Swann all the way and hit him with a touchdown pass, and the Steelers lead at 6-0.
But as I told you, Sam, the Jet defensive backs play off guys like Dave Stallworth and Lynn Swann. There's no way they're going to stop them. I mean, this is just easy pickings. Nothing to it. The defensive back wasn't even close to Swann. 6-0. Not a bad first drive, you think, huh?
50 yards, and nobody really got in their way, did they, Bob?
No, they didn't.
Girella attempting to make it 7-0 out of a Craig Colquitt hold. The kick is up, and it is perfect. So the Pittsburgh Steelers have drawn first blood, 7-0. Bradshaw to Lynn Swann. A familiar pairing for Pittsburgh over the years, and there you see the score. We'll be back in a moment. With Bob Trumpy, Sam Nover back at Shea Stadium, this is how the 50-yard 9-play drive ended.
And that's basic offense. Lynn Swann just out there beat that defensive back. There's nothing fancy about that. They may be able to do that all day long, Sam.
He beat the rookie Bobby Jackson. Here's Girella set to kick it off. 4 minutes and 27 seconds on the drive. There you see the deep men for the Jets. Bruce Stevens, 87. Bruce Harper, 42. Girella line drive kick. Harper at the goal line. To the 10. 20. Hit there by the Steelers' number 53, who happens to be Dirt Winston, and he puts him down right about the 25-yard line.
Here, I got a did you know for you. Did you know that Bruce Harper went to school in New Jersey with John Travolta?
I did not know.
His nickname is the Smidget. And on the special teams, the coverage, very important. It's 1/3 of the football franchise. And a good hit here by number 53, Dennis Winston. Certainly put him to the ground, didn't he?
He has the misfortune of having to play behind Jack Lambert. He could start on most any other National Football League team. From the 25. Durking to the 30. Good yardage for Scott Durking, the second-year man out of Purdue, stopped there by Mike Wagner, the Steelers' free safety in his 8th year.
Sam, I noticed a difference in the way the Pittsburgh Steelers are playing difference this year, and that is a very telling statistic. The youngest team in professional football, but the Pittsburgh Steelers are playing what is called an over defense, where they have a defensive end on the tight end's nose. That's a little bit different. We haven't seen that from the Pittsburgh Steelers yet.
Wesley Walker goes wide left, Derek Gaffney to the right. Gaffney and Ron Johnson should be a good matchup today. Here's Robinson running for his life. Finds a man and throws it in behind him. Walker was the intended receiver. He had gone down and cut across the field, and Robinson had him wide open and threw it in behind him.
Well, there's the first picture of a quarterback starting his first game this year. A lack of presence. Now, a Richard Todd or a Terry Bradshaw would take his time and make sure of that completion. That's just inexperience. His first time on the field. He'll get a little better. He even appears to be out of breath here. He's so excited.
Steelers go to the 4 linebacker situation here on 3rd down. About 4 for the Jets. They bring Banaszak out, put Dirt Winston in. The ball just over the Jets' 30-yard line. Actually, it's closer to 3rd and 5.
Take off.
Good protection. Home run ball to Wesley Walker. Blunt the coverage. A great catch by Walker and out of bounds. He turned Melvin Blunt, the all-pro cornerback, around and made the great catch, Bob.
Now, this is an interesting guy. Number one, he has a cataract. He is legally blind. He has 4.35 speed in the 40. This guy can outrun any zone defense there is in the world. And here we see an excellent example of coming back for the football. This ball is underthrown slightly. Mel Blunt didn't have a chance to turn around and look at it. Fantastic catch. That young man is going to play a lot of football for the Jets in the years to come.
49 yards, Robinson to Walker. Wesley is in his 2nd year out of California.
That helps the Jets' ego.
On the Steeler 20-yard line. Good hole for Long. Is it Durkee? It is Scott Durkee. There's your first out-of-town score. The New York Giants have taken a 7-0 lead over Atlanta. Larry Zonka, a 6-yard run, and the Giants are red hot.
Sam, I want to tell you, if the way Matt Robinson threw that ball, that's got to boost his confidence a great deal, and that's what he needs out there in his first start. If he can get a couple of completions, get him under his belt, then he'll start thinking about beating the Steelers.
Gain of 3 by Durkee. 2nd down, 7 Jets. They got a couple of horses at offensive tackle. We'll talk more about that as the day goes on, but you'll want to watch Ward 72 and Powell 79. This is Clark Gaines inside the 15, taking a couple of tacklers to the 12. Lauren Taves is the man who made the stop at the bottom. On the top is Jack Lambert, 58.
This is the spot where the Pittsburgh defense gets the toughest. You see Joe Greene and Jack Lambert just kind of scooting along the line there. I've always felt that Jack Lambert is an excellent linebacker, but he's made 3 times better because of the defensive line he plays behind. And this is the #1 defense in football today.
Gary Pett, 78, comes into that offensive line. A little more beef for the Jets. They have 3rd down, about 2. Double tight end, Mickey Schuler, the former Penn State star, joins Jerome Barkham. Long and Durkee the setbacks. They send Long in motion. Durkee inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. 1st down, Jets, and goal to go. Scott Durkee brought down by Donnie Shell and Ron Johnson.
Well, let's be honest about this, Sam. When we came into this stadium, we figured we were going to have a runaway by the Pittsburgh Steelers. But this is a young football team, the New York Jets. And if they get any indication that they may have a chance to get up on the Pittsburgh Steelers, plays like that, good sweep for a 1st down, they're going to be hard to handle.
They spot the ball just inside the 9, so let's make it 1st down and goal at the Pittsburgh 9. Joe Field, 65, the center. There's Robinson.
Watch for Walker now, Sam. Watch for Walker.
They stay on the ground. Durkee inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. Scott Durkee running with reckless abandon. He had an outstanding ball game against Pittsburgh here at Chase Stadium last year. 107 yards, and not many people run for 100 against Pittsburgh.
Absolutely. Well, we can't overlook the Jets' offensive line. They're coming at Marvin Powell's side right there, blocking on Dwight White, doing an excellent job. Jerome Barkham, that's just a power play for a good 5 or 6 yards. Well, when your defensive back's got to make the tackle, somebody's not doing their job.
Wesley Walker is out. Gary Petts is back in again. They got a lot of beef up front. Long to the 1. Stacked up there. Long digging his way, burrowing, if you will, into the ground at the 1-yard line.
That one was over Chris Ford, their first-round draft choice this year. There he is, too. He's a monster. And he can play a lot of football. Number 79 for the New York Jets. 2 great offensive tackles to build their offense around.
3rd down, Jets, goal at the Steeler 1-yard line. Robinson asking for quiet. Mark Gaines, no! Brilliant defensive play by the rookie Ronnie Johnson, who came in and cut his pin from under him. And it's going to be 4th down at maybe the 2-yard line. They've spotted back at the 1.5.
Sam, now I'm not a coach, and I've never won a game, but I think this is a mistake. If you're going to beat Pittsburgh, you got to go straight at them. You can't try to go around it because they've got the best support defensive backs in football, and the Jets are going for it on 4th and 1.
Well, the crowd exhorting Walt Michaels, the head coach, to take a gamble early on. That's
Why
what
not?
they're gonna do.
Why not?
So it's 4th down at the Steeler 1-yard line. Let's call it 1.5. Long and Durkee. Play action. Shell, brilliant play. The Steelers' strong safety, Donnie Shell, drops Robinson. They'll whistle that play dead back at the 10-yard line. How's that for defense?
Superior coaching. That's a safety blitz. They figured they were going to pass it. They blitzed Shell, and Robinson didn't even see him. Excellent, excellent call by the defensive coaches of Pittsburgh. There you see it, Donnie Shell. Well, so much for that drive.
So the Jets, who had it moments ago, 3rd down and goal at the 1, are thwarted. The Steelers will have it back, leading 7-0 here at Shea Stadium.
You should have used mobile 1, dummy.
Trumpy Sam Nover back at Shea Stadium, New York. Nice to have you with us. The Steelers enjoying a 7-0 lead. Will go from their own 10-yard line. Franco Harris dropped right at the line of scrimmage. 76, Lawrence Pillars in his 3rd year out of Alcorn State, assisted by John Hennessy, 63. No gain, 2nd down 10.
Well, that offensive series by the Jets may have helped the defense here. And maybe, the defense kind of gets a feeling from the offense when things are going good or bad. And if they stop Pittsburgh here, they got another chance.
Steelers have stretched their string of not being scored upon, or about to do that in 3 minutes to 11 quarters. Bradshaw 2nd down over the middle. He's got Franco at about the 17-yard line. Harris was all alone. In fact, I think Bobby opened up a little sooner than Bradshaw saw him.
Yeah, well, now one thing the Jets do and do very well is that they only rush 3 defensive linemen, so they've got 8 guys back there in coverage. And I don't care how good a team you have or how good a quarterback you are, it's difficult to find a man open when there's 8 guys covering 4.
Well, the great burden of responsibility on the 3 men you're looking at. 73 Klecko, 74 Salam, 76 Pillars. They got to be tough, hard-nosed football players and really tie up the pits. Bradshaw on 3rd down. The flyer just off his fingertips. Almost intercepted by 56 Larry Keller, who made a dive for the ball in front of Blyer.
If he hadn't fallen down, I think he would have intercepted that. Well, the Jets stopped him. Okay, Keller starting his first game for the Jets in place of Greg Buttle.
Craig Colquitt's first kick of the day. He's a rookie out of Tennessee. The Steelers drafting a punter for the first time in anybody's memory, Bob, in the 3rd round. Bobby Walden having retired, they needed one badly, and they went for Colquitt, and he had a shaky preseason, but has kicked extremely well during the regular season.
Oh.
Beautiful high hang time. Harper fair catches the ball back at the 36-yard line. And so when we come back, the Jets will have it in play, their 3rd offensive series of the day. They trail the Steelers 7-0 here at Shea. And to give the long. Met by Ron Johnson, the rookie from Eastern Michigan, who put the hit on him at about the 40-yard line. Also, L.C. Greenwood, who's having a great year. Look at that. Cleveland on a Cockraw field goal has gone ahead of Houston 3-0. 7-0 Giants over Atlanta. We gave you that first quarter score. Kansas City on a 42-yard field goal by Jan Stenerud. He's still playing, Trumpy. How come you're not?
Well, he doesn't play tight end, that's why.
Those kickers can play forever, can't they?
Yeah, that's George Blanda.
2nd down, about 6. Long in motion. And the pitch to Harper. To about the 45. Good second effort as he spun forward in the grasp of Melvin Blunt. And that will be close to a Jets first down. He may come up a half-a-yard shot.
Bruce Harper, another one of these guys that the scouts, when they initially looked at Bruce, said, he's too small. He can't play professional football. He's too small. His nickname is the Smidgen. And he can play because it's the size of the heart and the dog, right?
You bet. 5'8", 182, 2nd year. Where'd he go to school? One of your favorite schools, Trumpy? Kutztown State.
Ah, yes.
Oh, well, you remember.
And they have players coming out of Kutztown State every week to play professional football, right? Who else went to Kutztown State that's here on the field today?
I have no idea.
Walt Michaels' son.
There's one for you.
Well, I'll never spring one on you again if you promise you'll never spring one on me.
If that has anything to do with the football game, I can't imagine what it is. 1st and 10. No.
While all that was going on,
Third
the
and
measurement
short.
showed the Jets to be a little shy. They have 3 tight ends, Barkham, Schuler, and using Gary Petz as a tight end. Gaines and Durkin behind Matt Robinson. Second year from Georgia is Mr. Robinson. First down, Jets. Gaines got the football and plunged to about the 47. So New York has moved the ball sporadically here in the first quarter. Of course, they had the big 49-yarder to Wesley Walker.
Yeah, but I like it. I like it, Sam. They're going right straight at him. And if they concede the fact that they can't run right straight at the Pittsburgh Steeler defensive line, then they're in trouble. And they got to run right straight ahead. That's where you beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, toe-to-toe. It's a fist fight for 4 quarters when you play Pittsburgh.
You still got a few black eyes, don't you?
I got a few stitches, too.
We're down to 30 seconds left in the quarter, 7-0 Pittsburgh. On first down, Kevin Long with a big hole to the 40, inside the 40. Kevin Long out of South Carolina, picking up 11 quick yards.
And I think the only way the Jets had a chance today is if they caught the Steelers down. Physically, I think the Jets are totally outmanned. But with a superior performance, as I see Joe Greene coming off the field injured, they could make this game a good game.
Greene may have had his bell rung. He is down on one knee on the Steeler bench, replaced by Tom Beasley, and they may have trapped him pretty good. We'll be back with the second quarter of today's football game after these messages from your local station.
On the sideline, appeared that he got poked in the eye or something. Nothing really serious, but he's going to rest for a few plays.
First down at 10, Jets at the Steeler 39. Walker split wide left, Gaffney to the right. They've got Long and Durkin in the backfield. That's Scott Durkin. He's got an avenue. 25, 20, and out of bounds inside the 15. Scott Durkin, and he had an avenue there you could have driven a truck through.
The absence of Jack Ham felt by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Nothing against Robin Cole, but he was totally blocked on the inside. There you see Jerome Barkham, number 83 on the sideline. Look at him go. Nobody for 20 yards. The Jets want to play this game.
They got Cole and Greenwood trapped on the outside, and Durkin was free to ramble 26 yards. There you see him on the sidelines. First down, Jets. They have it at the Steeler 13. They're right back again. They were down to the 1 moments ago. And stacked up in the line of scrimmage is Kevin Long. Tom Beasley, 65, has replaced Joe Greene at defensive tackle. So the Steeler front 4 reads Greenwood 68, Beasley 65, Banaszak 76, White 78. And now Greene goes back in and Beasley comes out.
Sam, it's a warm day today. Very humid. This will take a lot out of the players on the field.
Having a great day, although Harper got the touchdown. Durkin 45 yards and 6 carries. Looking for another 100-yard day against the Steelers. On the return, it's Larry Anderson getting back to about the 25-yard line. Stopped there by Darnell Powell. And so the Steelers will put it in play. A flag is down. And that may be our first penalty of the day.
And I want to tell you something. The Pittsburgh Steelers are the most penalized team so far this year and have been in the past. But historically, a very heavily penalized team normally makes it to the playoffs and to the Super Bowl, so it's not really a bad statistic. See who the penalty's against. They're talking to the Jets.
They're still talking about it. Referee Bob Frederick, I believe, will give us the indication it could be offside against the Steelers on the kickoff. And perhaps they were lined up incorrectly to make the offside.
Well, that's an unforgivable mistake. You're standing still.
Offside, receiving team on the kickoff, refused.
So the Steelers, you heard it all from Mr. Frederick, will put it in play at their own 24-yard line. The first penalty of the day has been refused. Chuck Noll with his brain trust on the sidelines of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Both receivers split left. Franco Harris right up the middle finds nothing but a brick wall. He runs into John Hennessy, 63, Mike Hennigan, 52.
Now, I think the Steelers are trying to confuse the young Jets a little bit here with only one running back in the backfield. They put Rocky Bleier out to one side, split the 2 receivers to the other side, And there's no doubt that Franco Harris is one of the best running backs in football.
Miami has gone on top of the Cardinals 10-0. Minnesota 7-0 over Tampa Bay. Robert Miller a 1-yard run. New England 7-0 over New England. Grogan to Harold Jackson, 30 yards on the pass. New England over San Diego. Franco gets loose, 35 and out of bounds. Good second effort. Ken Schroy ran him out. Number 23, Schaefer Suggs, also there, but that's close to a first down.
Franco Harris has that uncoachable thing. Nobody taught him how to give him that limp leg. You hear all kinds of people talking about great running backs, but you watch when some guy grabs a hold of his leg, all of a sudden there's nothing there. And he has great acceleration for a guy that's 230 pounds. Just a terrific running back. First and 10 for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Your Excellency.
Your Eminence.
Your Eminence. There's Franco's stats on the day. Just inside the 35-yard line of Pittsburgh. 7-7. If you've just joined us, 13:05 to go in the second quarter. Harris knocked down right at the line of scrimmage. He started to zig and zag a little bit, looking for the opening. He may have run into his own blocker and gone down, Bob.
Yeah, well, so far, the matchup that we talked to you about before the game, Webster and Salam, Salam is doing a very good job against Mike Webster. He's making penetration, which is what you want the nose man to do in that 34 defense. Try to be disruptive. But this is a very veteran offensive line for the Steelers. They'll probably figure him out.
Second down, 11. He's lost one. Stallworth goes wide left. Swann to the right. They slot Rocky Blyer. Bradshaw back. Sets the screen up for Benny Cunningham. Runs into his own blockers and goes down at the 37.
Nothing.
Mullins and Larry Brown were out in front of him trying to form the screen. It never quite materialized.
No, he was a little bit out in front of his blockers, and that's why it didn't work. Good support, though, by the New York Jets defensive backs. I like it. I like it. The Jets are playing. They've arisen to the occasion. Is there such a word? Arisen?
Yes.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm not a school teacher. So the Steelers faced with a rather important third down here. On the front four of the Jets, they go to a four-man front.
Watch the square out, though, to one of the outside receivers.
Third down and 9. Trying to get some pressure on Bradshaw. His arm is hit, and it was intended for Cunningham, and it almost went out of bounds. Lawrence Pillars had great pressure on Bradshaw. He may have hit his arm because that pass went askew.
And a blitz. I told you, that's what the Jets got to do. They've got to disrupt the Steelers' offense as best they can. The Jet fans like it. They're coming alive now.
Bruce Harper is back to return the kick of Craig Colquitt. Steelers having to give the football up here in a 7-7 game. Low snap. Colquitt, short kick. Takes a Pittsburgh bounce. Harper has it at the 25. Excellent coverage by the Steelers special teams. Dirt Winston and Randy Rudershan are down there. And so the Jets get the football back. Would you believe it's 7-7? We still have 11:25 to play in the half. Stat for you, the Jets outgaining the Steelers in the first quarter and a few minutes of the second quarter, almost 2-1. In fact, a little more than 2-1. Here's Durkeen at the 25, and he is sent topsy-turvy by L.C. Greenwood, 68.
I had to make my living blocking L.C. Greenwood for a number of years. You know, he's one of the toughest guys there is in professional football to block. He is not big. He probably plays at about 225 or 230, but he's like a rope. You can't hit him any place where he's solid. He is so limber and so flexible that he jumps over blocks, around blocks, through blocks. Tough guy.
He's also had a great 4 games in the 78 season, too. He has really played well. Durkeen in motion. Robinson on second down. Now the pressure's on from behind. Joe Greene in pursuit. He throws it downfield. He's got a man at the 40-yard line. It's Gaffney to the 30, inside the 25, and finally brought down from behind. Mike Wagner brought him down, but Derek Gaffney, and they may bring it back. Flags are down all over the field.
But even though there's a penalty, I like the presence of Matt Robinson in a scramble, and also a pat on the back to Derek Gaffney. When the quarterback runs your way, you try to get upfield, so he's got somebody to throw to. I imagine this penalty is an offensive lineman illegally downfield, but this is a fine play
under an awful lot of pressure.
I also have the feeling, Bob, that Robinson was very close to the line of scrimmage.
True. Gaffney was a teammate of Wes Chandler down in Florida. In fact, Chandler was playing for Florida. Gaffney recruited Chandler, and Chandler took Gaffney's place. That's why Gaffney was overlooked in the draft. He may be the real steal of the whole draft for the New York Jets.
Here's the call.
Illegal forward pass over the line of scrimmage, number 17 in the offense. Loss of a down.
As I suspected, Mr. Robinson had crossed the line of scrimmage, so they lose it down in 5 yards.
We'll give you a striped shirt, sir. Very good.
Well, I won't guess again. I like being 1-0.
5 defensive backs now in the ball game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Tony Dungy, right?
He's got 3 interceptions, Bob, and he plays basically on 3rd and long situations.
And he's an ex-college quarterback.
Yes, he is.
Rather unusual.
The Gopher from Minnesota. Quarterback in college, set all sorts of Big Ten passing records, came to the Steelers, tried out as a wide receiver, made it as a safety, would you believe? 3rd down, 15 for Matt Robinson. Greene got back onside. Little flare pass. Clark gains to the 20, 25. Gets to the 30-yard line. He'll come up considerably shy of the first down, maybe 6 yards. Dwight White, 78, is a man who made the stop along with Lauren Taves, 51. And so the Jets will have to kick it away in a 7-7 ball game with about 10 minutes to play in the half.
But the Jets have looked good. They've done things on offense that I'm sure they didn't think they could do.
Incidentally, we will keep you abreast of the baseball games. The Red Sox and Yankees both in action today. Neither game has started. But when they do, we'll give you those scores as well as the rest of the games around the NFL. And, of course, at halftime, Bryant Gumbel, Mike Adamle, NFL 78. Ramsey, great kick. Reuter Shannon is 25. 30. Falls to about the 34-yard line. He'll get a return of 9 yards. Stopped there by Jim Early, the running back from Michigan State. And so the Steelers will put it back in play again. And it looked at the outset of this ball game as if it would be a breeze for the Steelers. They find themselves in a 7-7 tie as you look at Chuck Noll on the Steelers sidelines. Bradshaw liked it so much he's going to do it again. Over the middle, he's got Swann at the 40 of the Jets. And now Bradshaw and the Steelers start to open up just a little bit, Bob.
Well, what I said earlier I think is going to hold through the whole day, Sam, is that the New York Jets defensive backs play very, very deep. They do not come up and support a great deal. They play back. And I think Swann and Stallworth could probably catch the ball at will, 10, 12 yards deep all day long.
Swann has only averaged about 12 yards per reception. In the past, he has been their long ball threat. But now that Cunningham has come into his own, he can catch it all over the field. Swing to Blyer, 35. Knocks down a couple of people as he reaches the 33-yard line. Bob Martin, 59, is the man who made contact with Blyer. A good 8-yard pickup and a win on first down.
Yes, well, now they're just going down the field throwing the ball. Little possession stuff. That's a good outlet to Rocky Blyer. He's not the primary receiver. He is the secondary receiver. If the wide receiver down the field is covered, they throw it to Rocky Blyer. He's a great receiver. He's an excellent receiver out of the backfield.
Second down, about 3. Pitch to Franco. Halfback option, and Harris overthrew Benny Cunningham. I can't remember ever seeing Franco Harris throw a pass, Bob.
Well, that's why. He wasn't even close. That was a joke. Franco can run it, but I'm not convinced he can throw it. And this convinces me even more. He didn't take any time whatsoever and just heaved it. Well, I guess Franco doesn't like that play.
Well, he had both Blyer and Cunningham down there, along with 49 Reggie Grant. Oh, my goodness. Well, he's 0 for 1. That's batting 0. Don't forget that Bob Hope special on NBC, October 15th. Special guest Danny Kaye. Third down. Bradshaw now redirecting. He wants Blyer in the backfield, double setbacks. Over the middle, he's got Swann at the 20. 15-yard line and down in the grasp of Bob Martin, 59. Isn't he fabulous?
Well, he is. There's just no way to stop that guy, and Stallworth is the same way. But the secret to this pass is look at the time that Terry Bradshaw has to throw it. There's nobody in sight. Got all day long against those 3 defensive linemen. He just waits for Swann to get in the dead spot of the zone between those 2 linebackers.
and it's an easy reception.
I made the mistake one day in a Pittsburgh-Dallas game of saying that Drew Pearson was Lynn Swann's equal. Who did I hear from Pittsburghers? That was not to put Swann down, because he is the premier receiver. Bradshaw. He's got Stallworth, but good coverage by number 38, Eddie Taylor. And I think that would have been nearly impossible to complete to Stallworth.
Inbounds it would have, yes. That was a little overthrown, but he's going to get a lot more chances. 2nd and 10. Bradshaw's a real general out there. Runs the team very well. The people in Pittsburgh feel he's matured a great deal. He used to have all kinds of problems in his early years of dropping the ball. He'd run a lot. Now he stays back in the pocket, and he is a good man for a team to rally around.
He is the 3rd leading passer in the AFC after leading the conference in passing 2 of the first 3 weeks. But those stats that you just saw won't hurt him one bit. Good protection. In the end zone! Oh, almost intercepted. And Swann did a great job to prevent the interception. Bobby Jackson was really in a better position to catch the football.
Now the Jets were in a zone defense there. That's rather surprising, that close to the goal line.
Once again, Mike Webster against Salam. Let's see how Mr. Salam is doing it. Well, there's a little gain. He comes free, but nothing. And that's a sign of a good receiver, Sam. If you can't catch it, make sure the other guy can't either.
Well, a 4-man front again being employed by the Jets. They take Hennessy out, put Greg Robinson, a rookie out of Dartmouth, a monster, 6'6", 260 in. Sidney Thornton joins Franco Harris in the backfield. The Steelers opt for the big backs on 3rd down. Bradshaw over the middle. He threads the needle to Stallworth. And he's down. Touchdown! A late call from the official. Stallworth just got in as he reached forward and hit the plane of the goal line.
How in the world did Bradshaw get that one in there?
I want to see that one again. I can't believe that he got that pass in there. Plenty of time once again to throw it. Waits for Stallworth to come across the center. That is a rifle shot, folks. Goodness gracious, did he get that ball there in a hurry? Stallworth seems to be shaken up a little bit.
Well, he was being pulled one way and trying to reach the other way.
Fine pass by Terry Bradshaw.
Jarrella will attempt to make it 14-7 Pittsburgh. Stallworth, helped off by trainer Ralph Berlin on the Steelers sidelines, appears to be okay. He probably was twisted fairly well.
Probably got the wind knocked out of him a little bit there. Got hit right in the middle of the back.
So Bradshaw has thrown for 2 touchdowns as he did on his last visit to Shea Stadium, but having a much better day all around. Kick by Jarrella is perfect. And the Steelers, who led early, lead again with 6:48 to go in the half as Stallworth is attended to on the sidelines. The undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers 14, the New York Jets 7. Well, as you look at Roy Jarrella set to kick off, in the insert is Bruce Stevens, number 87. He is paired with Bruce Harper, 42. It's 14-7 Pittsburgh. There's the scoring drive. Steelers actually have scored all of their touchdowns, but the first one today on drives of more than 50 yards. In the end zone, Harper elects to down it. The Jets will put it in play at their own 20, and Harper made the best decision he's made all day.
That's right. That's a good choice. The people in the stands didn't like it, but then they're not playing the Pittsburgh Steelers, are they? They're just watching the Pittsburgh Steelers. Always take the ball at the 20.
You know, I take that back. I said a moment ago the Steelers had scored all of their TDs but one. That one started at the 50-yard line, didn't it?
Yes,
the first drive. So they have scored all 14 touchdowns this year on drives of 50 yards or more. Bob, isn't that unusual?
Ball control offense.
But to go that far. Matt Robinson at his own 20 to Durkee, who's having a great afternoon. Not on that particular play. His strong safety, Donnie Shell, was equal to the task.
When I played for the Cincinnati Bengals, we had to play the Steelers home and home. The thing that always hurt us the most, the Bengals, was the support from the defensive backs. They have great support out of their strong safety, Donnie Shell, and when Mike Wagner played strong safety, he was quick on support. And you can get by the line of scrimmage, but there's a defensive back, and he's unaccounted for. There's nobody to block him.
Gaffney goes wide to the right. Wesley Walker left. 2nd down 9. In motion coming our way is Scott Durkee. Long. 35. Spins to the 37-yard line. In the grasp of Robin Cole, who, as we indicated at the outset of the broadcast, has been moved from the right side linebacker to left side linebacker. Jack Ham could play today if needed, probably won't. Steve Furness could play today if needed, probably won't. For the first time this year, the Steelers have all 45 players in uniform.
Robin Cole is a little out of the ordinary when it comes to Pittsburgh Steelers linebackers, and that he is pretty good size. With Andy Russell when he played, Ham and Lambert, very small linebackers, very quick, not very big.
3rd down and 3. Pro set backfield for Matt Robinson. Quick pass out to Durkin. 1st down and out of bounds. Robinson, just a little flare to his back. Scott Durkin out of the backfield. Run out by Ronnie Johnson, number 29. Robin Cole, 56 on the coverage. 1st down, Jets.
Well, I like Matt Robinson here. Shows good presence, and he's got a very, very strong arm. All he's got to do is get a little experience out there playing. Fine catch. Fine catch. And throw.
I think Pittsburgh fans will vaguely remember Matt Robinson. He was the backup to Ray Goff at the University of Georgia when the Steelers beat the Georgia Bulldogs in the Sugar Bowl a couple of years ago. But he was the throwing quarterback in that ball club. Unfortunately for him, they ran more than they threw. The option. Here's Durkin in motion. Screen for Durkin. Got a block, but not enough. Lauren Taves had the coverage and enabled Durkin to pick up 2 or 3 yards.
And that was a fine play by Taves. Jumped around the block.
Let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network.
Not yet. They will.
2nd down, 7. Long and Harper the running backs. They've only gone to Walker once. 49 yards the time they went to Mr. Walker. Robinson standing in the pocket over the middle. And he threw that one away, I think, perhaps.
Trying to go to Mr. Jerome Barker. Donnie Shell is complaining about pass interference.
Adding Tony Dungy to the secondary. 3rd down, 7. Big play for Matt Robinson. The pressure's on. He can run for it. 45, 50, and down in Steeler territory at the 48. 1st down, Jets. There's Walt Michaels liking it very much.
I hope to tell you, yeah, I didn't think he was going to run, and he should have. Once again, good presence back there by Matt Robinson. A lot of pressure. Banaszak coming from the outside. Joe Greene from the outside. Keeps his head. Looks downfield. Oh, I got more chance if I run it. And then he does the smartest thing of all. He gets on the ground. This is the Jets' 2nd-string quarterback. Walt Michaels doesn't want him hurt. Todd's out with a broken collarbone. They want this kid healthy.
If he were to go down, Matt Robinson's backup is a rookie out of Tennessee by the name of Pat Ryan. 4 out of 8, 69 yards in the passing department for Matt Robinson. Harper inside the 45 and thrown back by the Steeler defense. Jack Lambert spearheading the drive, number 58. Everybody's all-pro middle linebacker.
Sam, if I may make a point, as I watched the Pittsburgh Steelers get up from that play, they looked tired. Can you offer me some explanation as to why?
I have none.
They looked a little ragged out there, quite frankly.
This defense, Bob, has been known, even in the glory years, 74-75, to be like a rubber band, very flexible. They'll give between the 30s. But as you indicated on the Jets drive, when they've got their backs to the wall, they can do it. But they have yielded some yardage today, haven't they? Gaines plunge through the middle, nothing doing there. Clark Gaines, number 21, a 3rd-year pro out of Wake Forest, runs into Jack Lambert. And so the Jets again have 3rd down. And let's see where they spot the football. It's going to be 3rd down at about 4, a long 4 at that. Kevin Long comes back in, Clark Gaines out. And another possession play as Robin Cole comes out. Tony Dungy goes into the secondary. What do you look for, Bob?
I look for a quick out to one of the outside receivers. That's a very short out. Or the back out of the backfield, coming behind the receiver. Oh, that's, wait a minute.
Robinson running again, 1st down, 35, out of bounds. Matt Robinson has single-handedly brought the Jets down the field.
Well, Robinson made the 1st down there, but the play was going to go to the back out of the backfield. Durkin and Leonard Taves tackled him. I mean, that's a good defense if you can get away with it. But he flat tackled him.
Well, the clock tells the story behind you. It's 14-7 Steelers. We're at the 2-minute warning here in the first half. We'll be right back. As it did for a lot of years, but it doesn't anymore. From the 32-yard line. First down, New York Jets trailing 14-7. Kevin Long trying to get outside. Look at Lambert dragging him down from behind with that great speed from the middle linebacker spot. That's why he's all pro. He fills holes as well as anybody.
Yeah, and I think that's what Pittsburgh wants in their linebackers. That's why I said Cole was a little out of the ordinary. They want quick linebackers, very mobile linebackers. And Jack Lambert is good at taking on a block, but he's best when he's pursuing.
Gain of perhaps 2 by Long. 2nd down and 8. Walker goes wide right. Gaffney wide left. Robinson. Little pressure, steps up in the pocket. Flag is down in the secondary. It was intended for Bruce Harper. Off his fingertips, but there may be some pushing in the secondary of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and let's see what referee Bob Frederick has to say about it. The Jets are obviously happy. Petz was pointing in the direction of the Pittsburgh defense.
Pass interference. We know that. Well, once again, Robinson almost came up with a good reception there by Bruce Harper. Running, throwing the ball. He shows me a lot of talent.
I think, Bob, that his offensive line, particularly Ward and Powell, have matured overnight. The Steelers have, when they've had the opportunity, they've had the outside rush, and Robinson very neatly has tucked himself back into the pocket.
Illegal contact in the defense, number 29. First down.
You're talking about the offensive line of the Jets. One of the advantages those young guys have is a guy like Randy Rasmussen, who has been there for years, can teach him an awful lot as he's playing.
I think Johnson was the victim of the double chuck rule. Contact in the secondary outside the 5-yard zone. First down Jets at the Steeler 25 with 1:18 to go in the half. Robinson out of the flat, and Kevin Long could not hold on to the football. Little swing pass to his running back, Kevin Long, as he felt the pressure of L.C. Greenwood.
Took his eyes off of it. That's a mistake that every receiver is going to make, from Lynn Swann right on down to some kid in high school. And it happens, and it's just a lack of concentration. And you go back to the quarterback and you say, I'm sorry, and the quarterback says, that's all right, and next time catch it. And you let it go at that. You don't make it a big deal.
How many times do you have to say that to Kenny Anderson?
Too many.
And he was forgiving every time, huh?
Yeah, he never said much. He always gave me that glassy stare, you know.
Robinson a shade under 500, 69 yards total. I formation. He's got 2nd down and 10. This is a big series for the Jets.
Whoa!
On the blitz, Taves drags him down near the 40-yard line. Lauren Taves was coming all the way, and Robinson paid the price.
Once again, a good defensive call by the Pittsburgh coaches, bringing in that blitz. They know he's going to throw the ball. They blitz from the backside of Robinson, so he can't get away. Oh, that hurts another drive. That's a loss of, what, about 10 yards, 12 yards?
But
now they're in real trouble.
It takes them out of field goal range now. At least they could have attempted 3. They are out of field goal range back at the 37-yard line. So Robinson, if he had a big play a moment ago, he has an even bigger play now with 3rd down and 22. Walker splits left. Derek Gaffney to the right. He's got Harper and Gaines in the backfield. And the end of that first down chain is at the 15-yard line. The draw to Harper stacked up at the 30. So if they attempt the field goal, it will be minimum 47 yards.
Good call. 34 defense employed by the Pittsburgh Steelers. 5 defensive backs. That's a good call. I like that call. I said 34 defense and 5 defensive backs. That's 12 people. Well, at times it appears that there's 12 people playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Robinson will hold for Leahy. They spot the ball at the 37-yard line. It's exactly what I indicated. 47-yard attempt here for Pat Leahy, who hit 10 straight dating back to last year until last week. He hit this one perfect with about 8 yards to spare. And Leahy is having...
Matt Robinson, his first start as a quarterback this year, and he's thrown no interceptions. The Jets have had no turnovers, and they've outgained in...
Hot club beating Atlanta in Atlanta. Steelers will receive. Pat Leahy kicking off. He kicked that 47-yard field goal to end the first half. There's a skimmer out of bounds in front of Alvin Maxson, number 28. On the Yankees and Red Sox as they progress during the afternoon. All New York has to do is win this afternoon. It makes no difference what Boston does. The Yankees can control their own destiny. Larry Anderson at the 10, to the 20, 25, 30, 35 to the 37-yard line. An excellent return. Larry Riley is the man who made the stop, but that's the danger of those line drive kicks, Bob.
Yeah, that looked like a line drive, exactly as you say. It's tough to catch because it's coming at you and it's floating and it's moving all over the place. That's a good catch by Anderson. I kind of thought he'd get more yards than he did. 27 yards is not bad. They set up 1st and 10 on their own 37.
They split Stallworth wide left and Swann to the right. The pros set with Blyer and Harris the backs. Bradshaw the quarterback. And the give is to Franco. There's nothing there. Simply nothing up the middle. And again, we're going to keep you posted on Abdul Salam, the nose guard of the Jets, and the Steelers' great center Mike Webster, because really at the outset of the broadcast, as Bob mentioned, therein lies the story of this ball game. Because Webster was able to manhandle the nose guard in Cincinnati, Wilson Whitley, and the Steelers won big. He hasn't had that great success against Abdul Salam so far in the 3-4 defense. Salam likes to loop a lot more. Bradshaw throws back against the grain to Swann at 50, 45. Shy of the 40-yard line in Jets territory, thrown to the ground, and he's not happy about it. But he ran a great pattern, and Bradshaw threw back against the grain.
Well, Terry Bradshaw has always shown a great deal of presence. A good scrambler. He gets away from almost everybody that comes to him. He throws back here to Lynn Swann. They're always looking, these receivers are always looking to Bradshaw. He keeps looking downfield. That's a fine reception by Swann. And there's no doubt in anybody's mind that he can certainly run the ball once he catches it.
5th reception for 67 yards on Swann's part. Bradshaw, the home run to Stallworth. And he dived at the 5-yard line, couldn't come up with it. He had him open too, Bob.
Almost a great catch by John Stallworth. Bradshaw doesn't like it. He knew if he'd have got it in there, if he'd have thrown it on the line, might have been a touchdown. And the Cleveland Indians lead the Yankees, folks, 4-2. No score, Boston-Toronto.
That Yankees score in the 3rd inning here at Yankee Stadium. 3rd inning score. Ed Taylor had the coverage on Stallworth, but it didn't make any difference because if Bradshaw had thrown it on target, it was 6 points.
True. But he knew that he overthrew it just a little bit. He'll get another chance.
He sure will. And he's been known to make good on his second chances.
Oh, yes.
At the Jets' 42-yard line, 2nd down 10, the sweep. And then Blyer cuts it up at the 40 to about the 37-yard line. Coming up to make the tackle is Lawrence Pillars, Schaefer Suggs also there, the strong safety. So a gain of about 6 yards on the carry. It'll be 3rd down, a long 4 for the Steelers. Greg Robinson goes out. Larry Riley comes in. They have 5 defensive backs. The Steelers split Swann and Stallworth to the near side of the field. He had a brief glimpse of Chuck Noll. 14-10 Pittsburgh. He's got the out pattern. Rocky Blyer coming out of the backfield, a 1st down at the 25-yard line. Out of bounds in the grasp of Larry Keller.
Well, I talked earlier about Rocky. He's one of the best pass-receiving running backs there is in professional football. Not fast, not big, but he complements Franco Harris very well. And Terry Bradshaw makes a smart call. All he's looking for is the 1st down, a nice little short pass out to the flat. Nobody can intercept that. Just trying for the 1st down. Always a good field general out there. Exactly what you want him to be.
At the Jets' 26. Again, Stallworth and Swann come wide left. That's Swann in the slot. 2 setbacks. Bradshaw to pass again. Throws it into the corner for Swann. He's got him. Touchdown. Oh, they turned the cornerback, Bobby Jackson, every single way. Inside and out.
Jackson never saw the ball at all, and Swann looked over his inside shoulder and then looked over his outside shoulder. Oh, what talent that guy has. I've always had the feeling that Lynn Swann could catch it no matter where you threw it. Bradshaw with plenty of time. Now, you're not going to be able to see Lynn Swann look to the inside when Jackson looks inside. Then he looks outside. Look, Jackson doesn't even know where it is, and he is not happy. He says, I don't believe he caught that one, but he did. It is 20-10. Pittsburgh.
Fabulous receiver out of Southern California. That's his 6th reception in the neighborhood of the 90-yard mark. Total yardage. Jurella's extra point attempt is up. And waiting for the signal. It is good. So the Steelers go back to a reasonably comfortable lead. Bradshaw to Swann for the touchdown. The second time they've connected today. The Steelers lead it by 11.
Reception by Lynn Swann, and this is something that no coach can teach any receiver. Body control. Good concentration on the ball. That's Lynn Swann's 2nd TD reception today, 4th on the season. 21-10 Steelers. They kick it to the Jets.
We're back live again. Harper fumbles the ball. Picks it up at the 10. And it'll be brought down at about the 16 or 17-yard line. Harper got a very fortunate bounce and was able to pick the ball up because the Steelers were coming down in mass. That's the scoring drive. 8 plays, 63 yards. Another drive of more than 50 yards. 15 touchdowns. They've all been 50 yards or better.
Amazing. Amazing.
Didn't take long, did it?
What kind of a game would this be if they play with a round ball?
I don't know.
That oblong ball does some strange things. Sometimes it bounces for you, sometimes it bounces against you.
Robinson's going to have to bring him back. Let's set the offense. He's got Kevin Long, 33, Scott Durkin, 25 in the backfield with him. Durkin in motion, Matt Robinson, the quarterback, and Durkin falls. Gets up, tries to run again, but Dwight White got his arms around him. Well, we have a moment. Excellent spotting job, and we want to thank Joe Gallagher and Mike Albers spotting the Jets and Steelers, respectively. Stan Struhl is our statistician, and happy birthday, Huey McDermott, our stage manager.
Who has been doing this for 31 years and only admits to being 35. Now, that's not right. Something's wrong
Something doesn't jive there, I can tell you.
Never missed a hot dog.
Eating one right now as we speak. 2nd down. 11 to go. Jets trailing 21-10. Good protection. An out pattern to Gaffney, way underthrown, and good coverage by the rookie from Eastern Michigan, Ronnie Johnson.
Well, that's unfamiliarity between quarterback and receiver. As Robinson is the 2nd-string quarterback, he probably hasn't worked that much with Derek Gaffney. But that was a timing reception the Jets tried to make. Lynn Swann, on the other hand, very familiar with Terry Bradshaw. 6 receptions, 93 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Steelers in yielding the least amount of points in the AFC, 39 in 4 games, averaging just a shade under 10. The Jets are at the 10-point mark, so as far as stats are concerned, they're through scoring for the day, at least if the Steeler defense has anything to say about it.
They hope.
3rd down, big play for Robinson again. He's deep in his own territory.
Oh,
he is down. Mean Joe Greene, 75 inside the 5-yard line.
Well, that's the old man in the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. I was wondering if Joe would get in there. He's played an awful lot of years in that inside spot in the Steeler defense. A little game. Greenwood inside, Greene outside. He can still get to the quarterback. Mean Joe Greene.
Can he ever? 10 years out of North Texas State. Steelers' #1 draft choice 10 years ago. So it's 4th down, and standing on the end line is the punter Chuck Ramsey, who going into this game was 2nd array guy in punting in the AFC, 42.8. Outstanding stats. He has very little room to work with. Gets it away. Rudershan lets it bounce, fields the ball at the 47. Almost ran into his own blocker.
He's got a chance.
They spring
He's
him
got
out.
a chance.
35, out of bounds at the 30. A great return by the former Pitt star, Randy Rudershan, brought down by Darnell Powell. And so the youngster accepts the congratulations of his special team teammates. Randy Rudershan. Steelers lead at 21-10. We'll be back in a moment. Second down, 10 Steelers. We missed one play, an incompleted pass to Stallworth while we were away, and you have just seen the second play in this series. Bradshaw giving off to Franco Harris, and he was knocked down by Klecko.
And Mike Keller in there too, Sam, playing an excellent game in replacement of a replacement for Greg Buttle, who was out with a rib injury. The Jets are playing good defense.
So Bradshaw now, Steelers set up in great field position on the return by Randy Rudershan of Ramsey's punt. He brought it back 17 yards to the 30-yard line of the Jets. The Steelers now have lost 3 in 2 plays. Greg Robinson on the front 4, number 64, to get a little pressure on Bradshaw. It's 3rd down, 13. Flag is down, maybe offside Jets. Coming back for the reception is Lynn Swann, and he's got it at the 13-yard line. Larry Keller had the coverage.
Not going to count, though.
Well, maybe it was offside Steelers. It looked like Klecko had leaped off sides, but the discussion is on. We'll wait for referee Fredwick to inform us. Well, offsetting penalties, that's what it had to be. The offsides was obvious on the Jets, but the Steelers were detected holding, so it'll be 3rd down again. They better pick up their flags. They are strewn all over the field. Can you see them?
1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Defense, number 73, offside. Offense, holding. Replay the down.
Look
How
at
about that? The Cleveland Indians, 6-2. Boston, you still got a chance, and they're sitting there watching the scoreboard. They don't play today. That's all they can hope for. Oh,
Yeah,
sure they do. What's wrong with me? They play Toronto. I'm dreaming.
So the Red Sox, of course, can force it into a playoff if the Yanks lose and the Red Sox win. Bradshaw and a Stallworth and a great reception.
Get up and
Inside the
run.
20, and he tried to get up and go again, but they whistle the play dead at about the 17-yard line.
Well, the problem is, excuse me, Sam, but the problem is, when you're playing against Pittsburgh, you don't know how to try. You don't know who to try to stop. If you cover Cunningham, they throw it to Stallworth and Swann. If you cover Swann, they throw it to Stallworth. There's just no stopping the talent of this football team.
And Bradshaw throwing the ball beautifully again today. He has just had 4 fabulous days in 5 games. I'm sure he'd be the first to tell you last Sunday he was not at his best. Rick Mosier in the backfield, 39. Throws it into the end zone! Stallworth got his hands on it, leaping high over Eddie Taylor, but he couldn't hang on.
That was close. That's a good play by Taylor. He's not as tall as John Stallworth, and he almost got up there for the interception. But as I said before, a good receiver, if you can't catch it, make sure the other guy can.
I get a feeling that Bradshaw is catching these cornerbacks in single coverage time and again, Bob.
Well, they're inside the 20-yard line. Most defenses will go to man-to-man coverage, and physically, I really don't think the Jets can compare with the Pittsburgh Steelers receivers.
Sidney, Thornton, 38, and Rick Mosier, 39 of the running backs. Franco and Rocky on the sidelines. 2nd down from the Jets 17. This is Thornton, nicknamed the Thundering Bull, and you can see why. Fumbles the ball, but the whistle may have sounded. The whistle apparently sounded as Thornton hit. Boy, Steeler fans will remember the fumble on the overtime kickoff against the Browns last Sunday that looked a little bit like that.
Yeah, that was an early Christmas gift. There's no doubt about that. Thornton was down there, though. 3rd inning. Toronto nothing, Boston nothing. Well, when Boston finds out that New York's behind, maybe Jim Rice will swing that bat.
And again, if the Yankees lose and the Red Sox win, they'll play a 1-game playoff, Fenway Park, tomorrow. Here we have 3rd down and 7. Steelers leading 21-10. Bradshaw rolling, flipping it out to his tight end, and he's down at the 3-yard line. Nope, it was Lynn Swann and not Cunningham. And a necktie tackle by the rookie Bobby Jackson, I think purely out of frustration.
Well, that's a much-used play for years and years and years, and it's somewhat illegal in that John Stallworth on the outside tries to scrape the guy that's covering Lynn Swann on the inside, but he does make a good catch, and they do get away with it. They could call a penalty on that. That's just a pick is what they call it, but nevertheless, Pittsburgh 1st and 10 on the 3-yard line.
Stallworth and Swann are out. Randy Grossman is in, joining Cunningham. Double tight end. And the backs, Thornton 38, Mosier 39. That's Sidney Thornton. Flag is down. Might have gotten to the 2 or 1 yard line. Stopped by one of the inside linebackers, Mike Hennigan, 52, and Lawrence Pillars was there. Offside Jets.
That's too bad.
They go from deep trouble to even deeper trouble. Trailing 21-10, the Steelers threatening to blow them out here with 8:01 to go 3rd quarter.
But as is the case, Sam, when you play Pittsburgh, they just do so many things well. It's very difficult to keep your defense out there on the field for an entire football game and try to stop them. There's Walt Michaels, who used to play.
Defense, number 73, offside. Hill 1st down, 1.5-yard line.
They go to 3 tight ends now. Larry Brown comes out as a tight end. Ray Pinney replaces him at tackle. Grossman and Cunningham. A lot of beef up front.
Really?
Thornton straight ahead, touchdown on the dive. Sidney Thornton diving in from about a yard out, and the Steelers have taken a 27-10 lead.
The Steelers look impressive, Sam. As I was saying, the Steelers offensively do so many things so well, and they have the defense to go with it. You can't do anything against their defense. This is just so easy. You see Benny Cunningham blowing the linebacker out. He's 4 yards into the end zone. That's too easy.
So Thornton and Blyer on the sidelines. After Thornton gets the touchdown, Jarrell attempting to make it 28-10. Kick is up, and that one again is good. So Jarrell perfect in 4 attempts today, and maybe the odds makers knew what they're talking about. Steelers have blown it open, at least for the moment. Lead by 18 midway beginning Tuesday night, October 10th. Emmy Award-winning director Harry Coyle behind the scenes. In front of the cameras, Joe Garagiola, Tony Kubek, Kurt Gowdy, and a special insight from Tom Seaver this year on NBC's exclusive coverage of the World Series. Jarrell kicking deep into the end zone. Stevens downs it there. The Jets will put it in play from their own 20-yard line.
Jets take over first and 10 from the 20.
So the Jets trailing 28-10. We're up there somewhere. So is Richard Todd, the injured quarterback of the Jets. In the center of your picture, Richard Todd, second one from the right.
With the sling on his right arm. Why is it that New York Jet quarterbacks always get hurt? Always.
Become their trademark, hasn't it? Well, and here we are. Hello, folks.
I'm the football player, the big guy.
I'm the one in the glasses. From the 20-yard line. Matt Robinson. Good protection. Throws it down to center. He's got a man, and he couldn't hold on. Intended for Barkham, his tight end. And a frightful collision between Barkham and Donnie Shell, and both a little wobbly.
Went right through Jerome's arms. He never did have the ball. Kind of took his eye off it a little bit. There's a good receiver. Started out, he played about the first 6 years of his career on the outside and was a good receiver. And then they decided that they'd put Richard Castor inside, had him in there, and then they decided, well, we'll put Barkham in there. And then they traded Castor. Now he's the Jets' tight end.
You know, you were talking a moment ago about Todd and the injured Jets. You know, it dawns on me that in the 5 meetings between the Steelers and Jets, on 4 of those occasions, New York has not had their starting quarterback. Namath missed 2 games. Al Woodall was a starter and missed a game once.
We all remember him.
Yeah, and Richard Todd missing this one. Second down 10. Robinson.
Gaffney.
He's got him all
Wide
over
open.
40, 45. Midfield. Wagner runs him out at the 45 in Pittsburgh territory. But Robinson, a big gainer there to Derek Gaffney, the rookie from Florida.
Well, I have a feeling that was a mistake in coverage because you don't see the Pittsburgh Steelers give any receiver this much time. Robinson's got a lot of time to throw it. Gaffney is wide open. Somebody must have fallen down. Good speed. But that man, number 23, right there for the Pittsburgh Steelers, was out last year with broken vertebrae. That guy is a big factor for the Steelers' defense.
37 yards. He only has 1 reception, but he saved it for a biggie, didn't he? At the 43, the Jets now trying to get back in the game. They trailed 28-10. Harper, 42, gains 21 to setbacks. Now they shift Gaines right behind the center. He gets the ball, but nothing doing there as they reach the dirt part of the infield. This field has not been covered yet from the New York Mets season at Shea. Robin Cole making the stop along with Lambert.
This is not a pretty place to play football either.
Thankfully.
Yes, that dirt is sand. And when you scrape your elbow or something, it gets in there and it'll stay sore for about the entire season.
Thankfully, however, as I said earlier, the airplanes have not interfered with the audio portion of this telecast. Somebody must have heard our prayers, huh?
It's the power of our producer, Jim Maroney.
It must be. Or the direction of our director, John Gonzalez, one of the two. All day for Robinson, and he threw it out of bounds. He had Gaffney momentarily. Cole fell down. He had Gaffney out at the 15-yard line, a good 5 yards in front of Ronnie Johnson, who was playing off him. but Robinson just couldn't get enough muscle into that one.
Well, I think he was throwing it out of bounds, and he's talking to Mr. Gaffney there. I think they had a little mix-up in signals. He's saying, son, you're supposed to go out at 15 instead of 25. We'd have caught that one.
I have a question. Isn't it a bit early for the Jets to throw caution to the wind and throw their game plan out the window? They're throwing on every down, Bob Trumpy, and there's 6:50 to play in the third quarter.
No, if I were Walt Michaels, I'd throw it too. Number one, you got to give this kid confidence. You got to give Matt Robinson a chance to throw the ball, to get over the jitters. He's your quarterback for the rest of the season. Let him throw it.
I'm almost sorry I brought the question up. Whoa! Down he goes at the midfield stripe. Fourth time that Robinson has been sacked, and they're all there. Banaszak 76, Greene 75, and Dirt Winston 53.
Well, you knew this was going to happen eventually. The Pittsburgh Steelers are a good pass rush team, Banaszak and Greene. And I asked you if Joe Greene could get to the quarterback. That's their fourth sack of the day, and he was part of two of them.
Matt Robinson has lost 41 yards attempting to pass today. This is Ramsey back at his own 40-yard line. Good spiral, driving Rudershan back to the 5. Gets it across the 10 to maybe the 12-yard line, and he stopped there. Number 47 was in on the tackle, Jim Early, and Rudershan getting up slowly. The Steelers, however, enjoying a very comfortable 18-point lead. With Bob Trumpy, Sam Nover back at Shea Stadium. Nice to have you with us, and a good opportunity to remind you of the 75th World Series, again exclusively on NBC. We begin Tuesday, October 10th, 8 o'clock at night. Joe Garagiola, Tony Kubek, Kurt Gowdy, and Tom Seaver make up the broadcast team. Bradshaw to Stallworth, reversing his field, and lands to Bradshaw. And he gets it back to the line of scrimmage. How do you like that one?
Just the way we draw it up. Absolutely just the way we draw it up. Now, this is what we're going to do, see? Terry, I want you to throw the ball out to John Stallworth, and then run back across the field, John. Hand it back to Terry. I think the only thing went wrong here, the receiver fell down because Bradshaw was supposed to throw it downfield. But nevertheless, we'll work on this play next week. We'll get the bugs worked out, and in the overtime, the next time we have overtime, this will work for us. Good gravy.
Abdul Salam is a man who kind of screwed up the work, so to speak.
Let's see. Collectively, they threw it 10 yards, they ran it 10 yards, and they gained an inch. Good football.
If that at all. Being helped off the field is Lawrence Pillar, 76, the third-year man from Alcorn State. I don't know whether he got hit by his own man or is so mentally messed up in the confusion of that play that he says, I've seen everything and I want out.
Got caught in a backwash.
He did indeed.
You know, Sam, I was telling you, it's one thing to get beat 28-10 by the Pittsburgh Steelers. But when you look across the line, if you're a New York Jet, their jerseys aren't even dirty. That's embarrassing.
T-Bell replacing Stallworth at one wide receiver spot. You can just see his helmet at the bottom of your screen, number 83. Lynn Swann is at the top, and Thornton running with the football, crosses the 15, gets to maybe the 17-yard line. And let's run some scores down. There are some surprises around the league. Look at that. The Cardinals have come back from 10 points down. They have tied Miami in the second quarter. New England losing in Foxborough to San Diego. Shocker there.
The Eastern Division of the AFC has just gone downhill. All the injuries.
Browns comfortably in front, or so it seems, 10-0 late in the second quarter. Bradshaw, third down pass. Throws it over here, intercepted by the Jets. He tried to get it to number 82, Stallworth, and stepping in front of him was Eddie Taylor. A flag is down, however, at the 8-yard line.
That's the first bad pass I've seen Terry Bradshaw throw today. There was no way he should have thrown that one. Stallworth was well covered. And Terry, here's the call.
79, offensive holding, refused. First down, Greene.
That's Larry Brown right there.
Ironically, he was in the picture when Frederick made the call and wanted to check in again.
This pass never should have been thrown. Stallworth was not open. He could not come back for the football, but nevertheless, first turnover of the game.
From the 30-yard line of Pittsburgh, the Jets a break and a chance to get back in the game. They're trailing 28-10.
And they need a quick one.
Wide receiver is Walker, split left. Gaffney right. Robinson has some pressure. 25. And he beats Mike Wagner to the out-of-bounds stripe at the 23-yard line, picking up about 8 yards on the carry. Dirt Winston was chasing Robinson, forced him to run with the ball.
You keep calling him Dirt Winston?
Well, that's his nickname.
What is his nickname?
Dirt Winston.
Dirt? You mean like dirt on the field?
Like in dirt on the field.
I'm not sure he's going to like that. Dirt. He's not dirty at all.
Even his friends call him Dirt.
Dirt Winston.
Here are some scores for you. The Giants continue to lead Atlanta. It's a little closer, however. 14-9. Bartkowski hit Wallace Francis. 54 yards on the play. And then Dewey McClain tackled Pisarcik in the end zone. Buffalo 21-6 over Kansas City. Trumpy and I had that Buffalo's first victory last week over Baltimore. It looks like they liked it so much they're going to do it again. 21-6 over Kansas City. Long inside the 20 gets the first down for the Jets.
Well, the Jets aren't giving up even though they're down 28-10. And here's an important block. Chris Ward, first-round draft choice on Dwight. Fine block. Young man out of Ohio State. Yeah, they're friends, right?
That is a war down there.
That's why I retired. I'm very comfortable up here because I'm a lot bigger than you are, Nover. You're not going to do that to me.
I don't even know if that deserves a response.
Don't.
Jets have it at the Steelers' 17-yard line. Desperately attempting to get back in the football game, and they have plenty of time. 4:05 left in the third quarter. Pass complete. Gaffney out of bounds at the 5. Ronnie Johnson spun him out. But the Jets now have it first down and goal to go.
Well, Sam, the Jets are losing 28-10, but I'm sure that Walt Michaels is very, very happy with the performance of that man right there, Matt Robinson, against his own defense by the Pittsburgh Steelers. On the rookie, Ron Johnson, still able to take advantage of it. First down. Nice catch. Gaffney came back for the ball.
Well, I still say the Jets hit the panic button too early in this ball game, but Trumpy, you said you like them throwing, and that's the way they're getting back in the football game. 3:25 to go, third quarter on a moving clock. Durkin in motion. Long inside the 5 to the 4-yard line, stopped by Donnie Shell, who plays the run as well as any safety in the National Football League. Let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
This is 11 Alive, WIC-TV Pittsburgh.
Sam Nover and Bob Trumpy at Shea Stadium, New York. Speak, Trumpy.
Once again, a superbly coached defensive team on the Pittsburgh Steelers as you look at Minnesota trouncing Tampa Bay 17-7. Blitzing the strong safety, he makes a tackle. Donnie Shell. Pittsburgh always seems to do that.
3 tight ends for the Jets. Barkham, Schuler, and Petz. Robinson falling to the ground, got the ball to Harper, and he couldn't go anywhere. He was in the grasp of whom? I think Taves 51. No, I'm wrong. It was Lambert 58.
The Steelers are a tough team to score on.
That's what you call your shoestring tackle, I guess, huh?
Yes. They are very, very difficult to get the ball on because everybody supports so well in there. Baltimore finally a chance maybe to win their first ball game or their second ball game. 7-0 over Philadelphia. Los Angeles is for real, folks.
In a laugher at New Orleans, 20-0. Third down for Matt Robinson and the New York Jets.
To Barkham.
Caught it way out of the field of play. Way out of the field of play. Trumpy, you said interference.
Yes. Ron Johnson had a hold of Jerome Barkham's arm. That's why he could only get one arm up there to catch the ball. Nobody saw it.
You're just coming to the defense of a
No,
tight
I'm
end.
not. Well, that's true. But all the people up there in the stands are calling the same thing. Let's see if I'm right. You watch and see if Johnson didn't hold on to his arm. He's got a hold of his arm.
Well, he's just being a little friendly, that's all.
The tight end's always open.
Fourth down, and the Jets will go for it, trailing 28-10. Fourth down, goal to goal at the Steeler 4. Long and Durkin to the setbacks. Robinson
Blitz.
again, into the end zone, incomplete, and a flag is down. They had a man open. They caught the Steelers in the blitz. The flag is down. I think it's against Pittsburgh.
That's going to be roughing the passer, but once again they come up with a double blitz. A strong safety and the outside linebacker disrupts the play. Robinson threw it in desperation. Durkin was close, but couldn't quite get to it. The Jets get a break.
It's going to be first down and 2 instead of first down and 4, and Donnie Shell doesn't like the call.
Why did Gary Pett shake hands with Matt Robinson? Robinson had nothing to do with this call.
No, he probably just got up. He was congratulating him.
Personal foul. Running into the passer. Number 31. First down.
Donnie Shell on the safety blitz, and we'll look at it again.
31, got right at the face. Right at the face.
Well, you can't put your hands up in the quarterback's face. Now, Donnie Shell knows that. He was wrong, and he shouldn't have even appealed to the official.
You heard a bit of referee Frederick explaining the ruling to Joe Greene. First and goal at the 2. New life for the Jets. Nothing doing there. You want to see a great defense? This is the 3rd time in this ball game that the New York Jets have had it first down and goal to go. They did not score in the first series in 4 cracks. They did not score in the second series in 4 cracks. And this is the 9th play inside the 10-yard line.
And if I were Matt Robinson, I'd look for a call from the bench, and I just saw it come in. Walt Michaels is going to call this play. See if he's a little more successful than is Matt Robinson. I'd go straight at him again.
Durkeen 25, Long 33, again the running backs in the I formation. At the 2-yard line. This is Long. He's into the end zone. And it's a touchdown for the New York Jets, running off Randy Rasmussen and Chris Ward.
I told you, if you're going to beat Pittsburgh, you got to stand toe-to-toe with them and just try to physically beat them. That's what you got to do. You can't pull a lot of fancy stuff. Just basic football. Good blocks by Rasmussen pulling. He kicks out on the linebacker. Well, there's nobody there for him to block at all. Chris Ward cleans everybody out. There's Rasmussen trying to get to Mike Wagner. That was a long sandwich.
Yeah, just helping him along. Wagner had all he could do, and it wasn't enough trying to stop Long himself. Leahy's attempt at the extra point is good. Nothing second. We have 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Every time the Jets get close, the Steelers blow into a big lead. And let's see whether they can answer the last touchdown by Matt Robinson and company with one of their own. 28-17. Second down, about 4. Through the middle, Rick Mosier, the ball carrier, the rookie from Rhode Island. And he may have gotten a yard. So it'll be 3rd down, Steelers at their own 43-yard line. And I think we've about run out of time here in the 3rd quarter. You're looking at a man who's had himself a great afternoon. However, he may feel he needs more. 28-17. We'll be back in a moment. Stallworth wide left. And the give is to Mosier in Jets territory, still banging for yardage. Gets to the 46-yard line. Stopped by Larry Keller, the 3rd-year linebacker out of Houston.
Well, obviously, Chuck Noll feels that he's got this game under control at 28-17, so he's given a couple of young guys a chance to play football. Mosier and Thunder Thornton. Is that what they call him?
Thundering Bull.
Thundering Bull Thornton, along with, what is it, Dirt Winston. Dirt Winston.
You're learning, Trumpy.
Well,
you'll know this team by the end of the day.
Well, that's rather impressive, though. The Jets have kept pretty close to the Steelers in total yards.
Let's spot the ball at the 46 of the Jets. It's second down, about 3. And the give is to Thornton again for the first down, I believe. Stopped there by Schaefer Suggs. A strong safety. And maybe a little. Lynn Swann, you saw, indicating maybe a half a yard to go for the first down as Thornton came up shy. There's your run.
I was hoping that Boston wouldn't read the scoreboard and see that Cleveland's leading New York 7-3 and then not be able to score a run, especially with Jim Rice up there. And yes, I'm for Boston. I like the Boston Red Sox.
Well, it certainly makes it exciting, at least if they force the playoff.
Great baseball this season, and we'll have the World Series right here on NBC.
Well, I think that Lynn Swann's eye was letter perfect. He gave us the indication before they brought the chains out. So it'll be 3rd down. Bradshaw trying to sustain the drive here at the Jets' 42-yard line. We'll get some added blocking help, I am sure. Brown is out. Early getting a nice round of applause as he's helped to the Jets' dressing room. Franco Harris is in, along with Sid Thornton, the Steelers with their big backs.
Look at that. Boy, he is hurt bad. That's a bad knee injury for Jim Early. I think they'll give it to Franco Harris.
Picking his hole inside the 40 and drives to the 38. In the grasp of Bobby Jackson, who was absolutely no match for Franco Harris.
Absolutely. When the guy runs outside, he shows finesse and the ability to shake off tacklers. When he needs the power, at 235 pounds, he's got it. The guy is probably the most versatile running back there is in professional football, including Walter Payton and including O.J. Simpson.
High praise, Bob Trumpy, high praise.
What do I know?
Stallworth wide left. Swann to the right. First down, the Steelers in the fourth quarter, leading 28-17. Franco picking his way for a couple of yards. Stopped there by Abdul Salam and Mike Hennigan. And we again talked about Abdul Salam, the nose guard, and Mike Webster, the Steelers center. Let's check in on them now.
As I told you earlier, the Jets nose man plays off the ball. Double team block, well, he plays it pretty well, though, between Sam Davis and Mike Webster. And that's what you call a family reunion. That's a bunch of people. Huh?
I don't know how you lived down there for 10 years.
I don't either, now that I look at it. I'm a frail fellow.
Second down, about 7, let's call it. Bradshaw, a little play action, a swing out in the flat to Thornton. 35, dives to the 30. Bob Martin, 59, the linebacker on that side, is the man who had a hold of Sidney Thornton. He is a tough cookie, a second-year back out of Northwest Louisiana, wherever that is, at 5'11", 230. There's a guy who is really built like a tank and very close to the ground.
And I'm sure that Terry Bradshaw and Chuck Noll are going to stay very close to their game plan here. Not going to do anything fantastic. They're just going to try to keep the ball under control, drive it down the field. Third down and about 2. They got all the tight ends in the world in there. I'll probably give it to Thornton. Well, they still got Franco in there. He'll probably get it.
Double tight end, Randy Grossman joining Cunningham. One setback. Who do you think it is? Pretty close. Jets trying to stiffen, and they stop him. Mike Hennigan, 52, is the man who shoved Harris back. Now, where his forward progress is allowed is certainly the important factor here.
Totally up to the official. Terry Bradshaw says he thinks it's Boston 2-0. All right, they're rolling now.
Fourth down for the Steelers. Inside the 30, shy of the 28. They've got to get to the 28 for the first down.
And Rocky Blyer is coming in the ball game. They're going to go for it. Fourth down and less than a yard, about a half a yard. The game is under control. Why not?
So the Steelers on fourth down, less than a yard, will run the risk. Obviously, if they don't make it, the Jets have got a long way to go.
That shows confidence in the Pittsburgh Steelers defense.
On the wing, it's Grossman, 84. Thornton pulling his way forward. He's got the first down, I am sure. Although the Jets did their best to prevent it. Jackson filling from behind. Lawrence Pillars, 76, and Hennigan, 52, were there. But Thornton is really a bull.
Sam, I got to tell you, I'm very impressed with the way the Jets defense has played today. This is an awesome offensive team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I think the Jets, considering the fact that they're missing Greg Buttle, considering the fact that they're missing Burgess Owens, have done very well today.
And to support your argument, the Steelers went into this game with the second leading offense in points in the AFC, second in yards gained, and they lead the AFC in total passing yardage. And I'm sure that with over 200 yards, well, 175, Bradshaw hasn't hurt those stats one iota. He has passed for over 200 yards in each of the first 4 games. And as you saw, he needs 25 more in the next 9 minutes and 48 seconds to keep that string going. Thornton leaping a tackler to about the 23, stopped by Abdul Salam and John Hennessy.
Believe me, that Jet defense has got to be very, very tired out there. The Steelers just keep coming at you, and Abdul Salam has had a pretty good account of himself today. He's against a very, very good center. This is a young guy that's going to play a lot of football for Walt Michaels and the Jets.
Abdul Salam used to be Larry Falk. If you wonder who Abdul Salam is and where he came from, he came into the league as Larry Falk out of Penn State. Steelers second down 5. And the pitch is to Thornton, or Harris it is. And he's run out of the 20-yard line, shy of the first down. Schaefer Suggs was over there to knock him out. So the Steelers will have a third down. They have been superb on third down conversions today. 9 of 11. You could not ask for any more.
Well, I guess the game is over because the West Point Glee Club is leaving. I'm surprised they would. Yeah, I'm surprised they wouldn't stay to the end. There's an amazing score. Ray Malavasi has got a football team. The Los Angeles Rams lead the New Orleans Saints 20-7 in the second quarter only.
That game ain't over yet, Trumpy.
No. There goes the Glee Club. Well, it's supposed to stay till the end, fellas.
So here's Bradshaw bringing him out on third down and 3, leading 28-17. Almost left off.
What is it?
10 points.
28-17. Okay.
Well,
timeout.
Confusion has forced Bradshaw to call timeout. He is not happy, and his anger is directed towards Sidney Thornton, 38, second-year man. Understandable, I guess, in situations like that. And now Terry patting him on the stomach and talking with him in more gentler terms. So Bradshaw trots over to the sidelines to talk to the Steeler Brain Trust. He's comfortably in the lead by 11. We'll be back here at Shea Stadium in just a moment.
I've been thinking about the market lately.
My broker says now's a good time to look into tax-free income. What'd your broker say?
Well, my broker's E.F. Hutton. And E.F. Hutton says...
The tight end.
Nope.
Thornton did not make it, I don't believe. He got to about the 18 in the grasp of Mike Hennigan. And it'll be fourth down again. The Steelers have gambled on fourth down once in this drive and made it. I presume they'll go again.
They should have thrown it. Because they're in field goal range right now for Roy Girella. Here comes Franco Harris back in the ball game. Rocky Blyer going out. As Sam said, 4th and 1, they'll go for it again. They got the game under control. 8:20 left in the fourth quarter, leading 28-17. Why not? Give your defense a rest.
Stallworth goes wide left, Swann to the right. Swann has 2 touchdown catches in the game. 7 receptions on the day. Bradshaw will run it himself. Dragged out of bounds, and it'll be very close, and that is a great defensive effort over there. That is a design play of the Steelers. Bradshaw just tucked the ball under his arms and rolled out with it, but Hennigan ran him down, and a great defensive play. If the Jets held, they deserved it.
Excellent pursuit by Hennigan. It was a foot race to the sideline, and Hennigan won. Well, it doesn't hurt the Steelers, though. The Jets take over. They got first and about 89 to go, and he's had a fine day. Shall we say hello to Mrs. Terry Bradshaw?
She is here today also. We mentioned that
Starbuck.
Rocky Blyer's wife is in attendance, Alita. Bradshaw's wife is here, so the Steelers are not totally in enemy territory today. Well, that was painfully clear to the Steelers, I think, the measurement. The Jets have held and taken over the football very deep in their own territory, so the gamble was well worth it, although they have given up the shot at 3 points, which could have been an important 3 points. 2 touchdowns here by the Jets and 2 conversions, and they can win by 3.
You're a real optimist, Sam.
No, just adding very quickly, that's all. Baltimore is going on top of the Eagles 14-0. That's a second quarter score. Robinson to throw. Kevin Long, his back, as he crosses the 30 to about the 32-yard line, stopped by Robin Cole, and the Jets are out of trouble already.
The Jets seem to have been taking advantage of Robin Cole all day, throwing the backs underneath those great defensive backs that the Steelers have. And I got to say again, Matt Robinson has had a heck of a day for his first start in 1978. If I were Walt Michaels and John Idzik, I'd be very happy with the way Matt Robinson has performed today. And he's their quarterback for the rest of the season with Todd sitting next to us. Broken collarbone.
Joe Roman replaces Chris Ward at offensive tackle. Gary Petz into that offensive line also, number 78. Robinson to pass. Out in the flat here. Durkin across the 45 and out of bounds. And the Jets start to move the football again. Scott Durkin getting them up into excellent field position. That'll be, I believe, another New York first down.
Well, but in defense of the Pittsburgh Steelers, right now they're playing their 2-minute defense. They're not trying to stop the short passes. They just want to make sure they don't give the New York Jets a touchdown. They're going to give them a 20-yard reception. And they're laying back. They don't want anything funny to happen here. They don't want the Jets to get it. 7-2 Cleveland.
Oh, the Yankee haters are having a field day around the country, aren't they? And again, if the Yankees lose, and it looks like they are going to, let's get back to this action. Robinson.
Fine
pattern.
pattern.
He's got Gaffney at the 20. For Walker, it is and out of bounds. Wesley Walker inside the 15-yard line, and they'll spot it at about the 8.
Great pattern by Wesley Walker. He gave an out move to the young man, Ron Johnson, and made him look bad. This is Walker's second year. Gave him a little out move. And Matt Robinson put this ball right on the money. This is a tough throw over that cornerback in the dead spot in the zone. There's a young man who has a cataract. Is legally blind. That's not bad. 45 yards.
So he's got 2 passes today, 1 for 45 and 1 for 49 yards. 94 yards and 2 receptions. Our first airplane of the day. First down and goal. Durking stopped right at the line of scrimmage by Dirt Winston, 53, and it was Clark Gaines, the ball carrier.
I got a question for you. If the Steelers play in the mud, is his name Mud Winston or is it still Dirt? Huh? Dirt Winston?
Well,
how well do you know this guy? Do you say that to his face?
Not that well.
Okay. Just wondered.
Second down at the 8. He's a tough cookie. He is a good football player, number 53.
And the Steelers always come up with great linebackers.
Second year out of Arkansas, 6 feet, 228. Kevin Long, 33. Scott Durking, 25, the setbacks. Robinson wants to throw it into the end zone, and he threw it over Walker's head. Mel Blunt had the coverage. Blunt got burned early by Walker for 49 yards. And you think he's going to let that kid out of his sight again today, you're badly mistaken.
Sam, if you're a football fan and you're going to watch 16 games this season and you're going to see 11 more plus the playoffs, you're going to see offensive teams do that an awful lot because of that one bump rule inside a 5-yard line or inside the 5-yard zone. You're going to see that alley-oop pass a lot in professional football this year.
Here's a big play for Robinson. Third down and goal at the 8-yard line. Boy, if he can get them back in a hurry with this touchdown. Slips, stands up, knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Somebody got their hands on it. And so it'll be 4th down and goal. It may have been L.C. Greenwood, 68.
Go for it. Go for it. They double covered Walker on the outside there. He was going to the right man, the tight end up the middle, but defensive lineman, as always, when you rush the passer, go in there with your hands up, making throw the ball around your hands. And Hollywood, L.C. Greenwood.
5:35 left here in regulation time. Robinson wants to talk it over. It's 28 Pittsburgh, 17 for the Jets. 4th down and goal at the Steeler 8-yard line when we come back. On your left, Steeler head coach Chuck Noll. On your right, Jets head coach Walt Michaels. Respective coaches in this ball game, also former teammates with the Cleveland Browns. Back in their glory years of the 50s, they know each other very well. 4th down for Matt Robinson. An all-or-nothing play for the Jets here.
Blitz.
Oh, and down he goes. Lauren Taves from the right side. Robin Cole from the left, and Robinson never had a chance.
Now, that's about the 4th or 5th time the Steelers have done it, and I've given credit to the Steeler defensive coaches, and they get it again. They call a blitz in a situation like that. Both linebackers totally unblocked, and that's the way Pittsburgh beats you.
Boy, did they
Watch
ever.
this. This is a kiss right in the back of the head, and they don't want to get Matt Robinson hurt. Taves unblocked. That hurts. That hurts.
You know, it's lucky that they got to Robinson because Lambert had collided with Johnson. Both of them had gone down, and Harper was wide open. But that's what could have been. That's not reality. The Steelers lead 28-17. They have held on 4th down and have it back again at their own 17-yard line. Franco to the 20, maybe the 21. Schaefer Suggs is there along with Lawrence Pillars.
Well, all the Steelers are going to do now is just probably keep the ball on the ground. They don't want to give the Jets another chance at it. There's 5:15 left to go in the ball game.
5 sacks for the Steeler defense today. 3 of them have come on the blitz, if memory serves me correctly, Bob.
True.
Red Sox still lead Toronto 2-0 in the 6th. The Yankees are losing 7-2. Should those scores hold up, Fenway Park will be the scene of a one-game playoff tomorrow afternoon. And then after the playoffs, NBC's exclusive coverage of the 75th World Series. Second down. It's all Franco, isn't it, Bob? They're not even trying to disguise it.
And the guy can get you all kinds of yards late in the ball game. Hey, how about that game tomorrow in Fenway Park? If it does happen, it's got to be Ron Guidry against Mike Torres, an ex-Yankee.
Love it.
Tion pitching today, winning 2-0. That's enough runs for the El Tion. What do they call him? Whatever.
Whatever.
Tiante, whatever.
Louis. Well, you're really a baseball buff, aren't you?
I love it, especially this season. I'm just sorry that Tom Seaver had such a disastrous year, but I'm very happy to see he'll be with the NBC crew to do the World Series this year.
First down, Steelers. They have it at their own 28-yard line. The sun shining brightly here at Shea. It has been overcast most of the afternoon. Late fourth quarter.
Look at
Harris zigging and zagging to about the 37, and the Steelers are not trying to fool anybody here. They're just trying to run the clock out.
He's amazing, and what better player could you have? There's Miami once again on top of the Cardinals, 17-10 in the fourth quarter. Franco Harris is an excellent running back, and San Diego now way ahead of New England, 20-14.
That's in Foxborough, which comes as even greater surprise. Browns clinging to a 10-6 lead over Houston. That game is in Cleveland. And the Giants back on top of Atlanta. Seesaw affair. I thought we had it the other way earlier. Atlanta leading 16-14. Second down and 1. Franco's got the first down and more. Fumbles the ball. Jets have recovered. And they will have it at the Steeler 41. Abdul Salam and Schaefer Suggs got it loose. And Ken Schroy recovered.
Okay, I like the Jets. They're not giving up. Franco Harris just got his arm hit on this one. Look at the moves he's got, though, for a guy 230 pounds. Carrying the ball rather wide there. It's knocked out by the linebacker. And Schroy comes up with it. Jets ball, 1st and 10.
That's an excellent call. I thought upon first sight that maybe his knee had touched before the fumble. But again, the official has proven correct. So the Jets still not dead. 3:04 to go fourth quarter. And they lead it, the Steelers lead it, that is, 28-17.
Presents hot and juicy hamburgers.
New York Jets trailing 28-17 have recovered a Franco Harris fumble. They have it first down at the Steelers 41-yard line. With Bob Trumpy, I'm Sam Nover. The last 3 minutes of this game, at least regulation time. Pass intended there for Scott Durkin out of the backfield is overthrown. Baltimore shocking the daylights out of Philadelphia, 14-0.
Come on, Baltimore, I'm for you.
41-yard line. What I love about you, Trumpy, you don't speak your mind.
Reverse.
Wesley Walker dropped for a loss, played beautifully by L.C. Greenwood, who was not fooled at all.
Now, that's one of the things about the Pittsburgh Steelers that has always impressed me. They do a lot of things that aren't really legal, I don't think, as players, but they are a very, look at that hit by Dwight White on that fullback, but they are a very disciplined defense, and you want your defensive end to stay at home, especially late in the ball game. Don't chase after the ball carrier. That guy's an all-pro and has been for a long time.
Third down, 13, a loss of 3 on the reverse. Robinson will have to come up with something a bit more basic than that. The rush is on. White's after him, throws it downfield, a diving attempt by Jerome Barkin, the tight end, to no avail. It'll be fourth down, Jets.
Rock at least.
Fourth down, 2:16 to go in regulation time. 28-17 Steelers.
Here comes the blitz.
Robinson over the middle and intercepted by Donnie Shell. Bringing it back to the 25, the 30. Across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. Dropped by Marvin Powell, the #1 draft choice 2 years ago out of Southern Cal, but that should do it, I would think, Bob.
Yeah, and that's what the Steelers do so well. In desperation, Robinson throws it downfield. The receiver was covered well with a total zone. And Donnie Shell comes up with, look at that, 3 guys around that receiver, 4 guys around that receiver. Jack Lambert takes care of the receiver, and Donnie Shell has got the ball. The game is over.
Second interception of the year for Donnie Shell. And so the Steelers, with 2:04 to go, will run it down to the 2-minute warning, try to pick up a first down or so, and have their 5th straight victory. And that is the greatest start in the 46-year history of the Pittsburgh Steeler franchise. And the man who has owned this club throughout, Arthur J. Rooney. 5 in a row, there's never been a better start. We'll be back for the final 2 minutes here at Shea Stadium in just a moment. 15th, Danny Kaye will be the special guest of the great one, Bob Hope, October 15th, 8 to 10 in the evening, right here on NBC. The Steelers would love nothing better than just to run the clock out and get out of here without any further damage.
Or injury.
Joe Klecko is a man who made the stop on Franco Harris, no gain. The Jets utilized their first of 3 timeouts here in the second half.
His 2 today make it 9 for the season, which is very impressive also.
He is going to throw again. He's got a receiver, Jimmy Smith, at the 45, spun around and finally down. And I'll tell you why they did that. Jim Smith is playing in his first ball game this year. He is a second-year man out of Michigan. And down is Terry Bradshaw back at his own 30-yard line, and he is in pain. Smith needed the catch to get a hit in this ball game, but Bradshaw is in agony, and the Steelers have been victimized by more of these injuries than I can think of any other team. Let's see what happens.
What a disastrous play this is. I don't care what it does for Jim Smith. Let's see if we can pick something out there. Whoa, that's a linebacker going right at his knee.
Hennigan putting his helmet in Bradshaw's knees, and Terry is in obvious pain.
That's his knee. I don't like that. He is hurt badly. We'll be back to look at this again.
Oh, my goodness.
For over 30 years, people have been buying Poland chainsaws.
Wouldn't use anything but a Poland.
Poland, Ed. Poland.
And for over 30 years, they've been mispronouncing our name.
Poland.
So we'd like to remind you that our name is Poland. And for a tough, dependable chainsaw, Poland is the only name you need to remember, no matter how you pronounce it.
Poland.
And in this corner, introducing the champ from this all-new mileage champ.
He led the Jets in tackles going into this ball game. That's Alvin Maxson breaking a tackle, stiff-arming one man and fighting his way inside the 40-yard line. It would be interesting to isolate on Hennigan to see whether or not any of Bradshaw's teammates would like to give him a message before they say good afternoon.
Well, to be very honest with you, though, Sam, I don't think any of them saw it. They were all trying to do their jobs. That's unfortunate, especially with the way that injuries have happened naturally in professional football. I don't like to see that. And Walt Michaels shouldn't be particularly proud of that performance.
Jets stop the clock again with 1:13 to go, 28-17. It appears safe now. Mike Kruzik, by the way, has come on to quarterback the Steelers for the final 1:15 of this game. But it appears safe that the Steelers are going to be 5-0, the only undefeated team in the American Football Conference, joining Washington and Los Angeles as the only undefeated teams in the NFL. Kruzik has come to the sidelines for a word or so with his head coach.
The ninth inning, Cleveland 7, New York 2.
They call it a jammed right knee, Bob. Can you put that in layman's terms?
Well, I thought maybe it was hyperextended because he plants off his right foot when he's got his right foot back when he threw that ball and had a lot of pressure on his right leg. There he goes off to the sideline, down to the locker room. He's walking. But
he is walking, and that's the best thing I've seen all day.
Yeah, but Sam, that's a false nomer. Believe me, that's a misnomer because his knee doesn't hurt now. It's going to be 2 or 3 hours from now when he can't move his knee.
And they got to pack it nice, I would assume, don't they?
Well, whatever they got to do it quickly, yes. Control the swelling. Boy, that certainly puts a gloom on this football game. This was a cleanly played game until that shot.
So Kruzik with 3rd down and about 2 yards to keep the football. The clock moving, 40 seconds to go. Straight ahead, it's Rocky Blyer. Very close to another Steeler first down. Being pushed back by Mark Merrill, one of the inside linebackers. This game is about over, but of course people in Pittsburgh will be holding their breaths collectively on Bradshaw's injury until assured that it won't keep him out for any prolonged period. He has really suffered some serious injuries over the years.
This may be his worst.
Let's hope not. 28-17. And ironically, or whether it's my imagination or not, I don't know, but the cloud and the gloom has come back to Shea Stadium. It is all over. The Pittsburgh Steelers